Welcome to Finish First Financially. Goran Adanovic here. I've got another question that I'm going to read from Reddit, and then I'll give my take. Obviously, not financial investment advice, just something that what I would do if I was in this situation. It says a $30,000 pay raise to go from remote to 3 days in office. I currently make 139,000 with 10% target bonus, so almost 155,000. Got an offer for 170,000 with 15% bonus. So that's roughly about 195,000. So that actually 155 to 195 is 40,000 raise actually. I'm currently fully remote. New job is now remote, but they are opening an office in my city and requiring 3 days in office with Monday as mandatory. I don't have an in-office start date. They haven't signed the lease or anything yet. I currently rent, but I want to buy this year. The new office will be on the same side of town as my apartment, but I really want to move to another side of town. But commute-wise, I could move closer to my job once they have a location, since I currently rent and want to move anyway. Housing near my new job would be more expensive than other locations I would consider if I remained in my current remote role. About me, mid-40s, single, no kids, so I don't have the time stresses like a parent spouse would. I'm bored and underutilized in my role, but it's easy and low stress. I really like the people I work with. This new job would be more challenging and has more growth opportunities. I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. Financially, I'm very comfortable, but the extra money would really help me more comfortably afford a home in today's market. Plus, let's not act like inflation isn't kicking folks' bottoms. If I were to get laid off from either job, the skills and position from the new job would enable me to land another job quicker than my current role. And in my current role, merit increase are about 2% a year. Please help me weigh this new job offer. Thank you. Okay, so I presume it's a she. I just get the impression that it's a she. I'm not sure. She's actually thinking of quite a few important things. And the things that I would consider would be the income increase, the current situation, and the expenses, which I'll really get into. So the income increase of $40,000 is significant. And her current situation is she feels that she's bored and she's underutilized. And if she was to lose her job from either of the positions, the new job would actually give her more of an advantage to cross over into another job. So from what I see, and I know she's also talking about the location she can move, and it seems like, and she wants to buy a new place. So it seems as if everything is actually falling into place for her. So in this situation, I would definitely take on the new role. And with regards to the current role, she's currently fully remote and she's going to go into the office 3 days a week, but that's not really a big difference. And also, who's to say that her current employers won't eventually ask her to move also into the office a few days a week? So that really cancels itself out. I would say it also 3 days a week is not that drastic. Now, the big thing that I would consider in any situation, and not just from a perspective of transitioning remote to in-office, even if it's going from one job to another, are the expenses. So we've addressed the income, we've addressed the current situation, and now the expenses. There are certain situations where it's actually not advantageous to take the position, even if there is a salary increase. So it really depends on the amount that the salary increase is compared to the expenses. As an example, if your salary increase was $1,000 per month, and you're going from remote to in-office, remember, now that you're going to start commuting, there's going to be, let's say, at least $200 that you'll have to fill up additionally for your gas. The repairs and maintenance will be more frequent, and then you're going to spend 2 hours commuting every single day. So that additional few $100 that you're going to make, is it really worth it? If you look at it at the end of the day, you have to really factor all of those things. Also, another situation is a mother who's looking after her children at home, doing remote work, all of a sudden gets an in-office offer for, let's say, $2,000 more. That's a significant increase. But now the fact that she has to go into the office means that she's no longer able to look after her children, and she has to put the child into daycare. Let's just say if it's one child and it's $1,500 for monthly daycare for that child. And then on top of that, there's still transportation costs. So is it really worth it in that case to give up that remote role to go into the office for more money? Well, with all of the expenses that you're going to have to make that transition, it doesn't really make sense. And you also have to factor in other expenses like having to interact with other colleagues throughout the day, and having a boss who's actually kind of might be looking over your shoulder, and the commute as well. So you really have to, as I mentioned, those three important factors: the increase in income, the current situation, how it is, and then the expenses that go along with that move. So in this case, because this lady is going to get a significant increase, her living situation is not really, it's kind of really lining up for her, and she feels underutilized and bored in the current role, and there's more opportunities in the new role she could grow. And it's only 3 days a week that she has to drive into the office, and also expenses are not going to significantly increase. In this situation, I would absolutely go for it. It makes financial and professional sense to take that leap. Now, if you want to learn more about how to get out of debt faster, how to save money, and how to invest in your future, you can check out my book, From Homeless to Debtless with Savings. I'll put a link in the description below the video. I wish you all the best. Until next time, bye-bye.